Welcome to Vizd Shogun Gamers Top 10 Signature Moves in Fighting Games. Shinku Hadouken!
Such a move as that is a signature move, used by Ryu in the popular fighting game series Street Fighter. Signature moves are moves that are unique to that one character, sometimes multiple, like Ryu and Ken with their Hadouken, Shoryuken, and Tatsumaki Senpu Kyoku. However, different variations of those signature moves also appear on different characters. One example being Ryo Sakazaki's Koho, which is a Shoryuken in its idea, but the execution of it is completely different. Rather than using the back fist, he uses the front fist. But I'm not going to rule out these moves as their own individual techniques, as they still carry on the idea and show off the complexion, the finesse, and the remixing of that idea to create something new, yet still in its own effective use the same. And sometimes these remixes have taken many forms, and sometimes none at all. One thing to keep in mind is that you're not going to agree with my list, and I don't want you to. This list just has some personal favorites of mine, so I want you to put your list down below in the comment section, because that's what I do. Now, let's get on with this top 10 signature moves in fighting games. Muscle Buster takes number 10, commonly used by Kinnikuman Taro and his father, Kinnikuman. The Muscle Buster has been referred to as an elevated cradle neck breaker, which damages the neck, spine, and groin area, making this move really deadly, especially in fictional games and anime. This move has made its way to other fighting games, aside from anime fighting games, and it is always the deadly technique that does quite a bit of damage and can turn the tables on your opponent. I guess what I really like about the move is just how uncommon and unique it is when you compare it to a move like a pile driver or German suplex that's commonly seen in other fighting games. And although the grappling position can be a little ridiculous, it is necessary in order to do damage to the neck, spine, and groin. In this video, other characters who also use this technique are King from Tekken, and Kira Daidoji from Arcana Heart. Tatsumaki Senpu Kyoku! Tatsumaki Senpu Kyoku takes number 9, commonly referred to as the Hurricane Kick for those who haven't mastered saying it. This move was first used by Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter. When Ryu and Ken perform this technique, they use their chi to create a tornado underneath themselves, which is what allows them to spin through the air. The correct way to perform the technique is to hit with the outside of the kicking foot, not the inside where your crotch is for those of you who wish to attempt it. When I saw this move as a little Viz Shogun gamer, I fell in love with it. My favorite version of the technique is the Shippuden Raikyoku, also popularized by Daigo Umehara at Evo Moment 37. Shoryuken! Can you do it? Shoryuken! This move takes number 8 as it is the staple move since the dawn of great video games. I'm not joking, I'll even show you proof. Just like the man who first put his foot on the moon, Mario is the first man to ever use a Shoryuken, not to mention, used it for everyday life. Wow Mario, and thank you Mario. The Shoryuken has come a long way in Street Fighter, having so many different variations. And in order to defeat Ryu, you have to defeat his Shoryuken, but there's so many of them now. There's Ken's Flame Shoryuken, there's Sakura's Step Forward Shoryuken, there's freaking Akuma's Go Shoryuken, and Dan's Koryuken, and oh god, I even know where it stops, honestly. But I digress. The Shoryuken's a great move. You can use it as an anti-air, you could use it when getting up, you can use it as a combo starter, you can use it as a combo ender. Heck, might as well make it flashy too. Spin around like crazy, do it twice in a row, add a second punch to the blow. Oh, but the Shoryuken hasn't just made its way into other fighting games, no. It's made its way into other genres, action games, and role-playing games. Because of the simplicity and pronunciation of Shoryuken, it's become a meme over time. And you know what? I like it that way. However, now you must be wondering, why is this number 8? How dare I put this at number 8? Well, as you start to see the next moves, you'll understand what I'm looking for. Somersault kick! Somersault kick scores with lucky number 7. This move in 3D fighting games is signature to Jackie and Sarah Bryant in Virtua Fighter, and in 2D fighting games, Guile. So already you might be asking, why is Somersault kick better than Shoryuken? Actually, it's not better than the Shoryuken. I just like how flashy and cool the move looks. The move is much harder to perform than the Shoryuken, and for me, well, pretty much impossible until I practice it. The somersault kick is a great anti-air technique, and can slightly be used the same way as the Shoryuken, however it has different properties in most fighting games. The move has appeared outside of fighting games, thus having many different variations, as it is a real technique. And if you perform the move for your friends, they'll think you're totally awesome. Just don't hurt yourself, okay? You heard the man! Rising Tackle rises its way to number 6! Rising Tackle is Terry's signature move, which he also taught to his adopted son, Rock Howard. This move is so ridiculous and so off the charts impossible that I love it to death. And I bet you weren't expecting it, were you? Now let's take a quick look at this rockin' move. Now watch closely as Rock tackles and then spins upwards, drilling into his opponent with his arm out. A few people have attempted this move, and they failed miserably. Anyway, enough said, moving on. Shungoku Satsu! Ah, the Shungoku Satsu, where do I start with you? Well, I can't really, because I don't know what's happening behind that white or black screen. Anyway, this is Akuma's signature move, and it is god-awful dangerous. Naturally, I can imagine someone doing a very crazy combo and boom, dead. But I don't know what kind of combo they're doing, which is the exciting factor about it. Naturally, it's a barrage of blows in a heartbeat's time, yes, but the Street Fighter 3 manga described it as each blow sending a Hadouken exploding inside out from your body, and then a final blow piercing right through your chest. This takes the idea of knocking someone's lights out to a whole new level. Let's just hope your girlfriend doesn't do this to you. Izuna Otoshi, also known as Izuna Drop, drops down on number 4. Izuna Drop is one of my favorite throwing attacks all time. This is Vega's signature move in 2D fighting games, and Ryu Hayabusa's signature move in 3D fighting games. The Izuna Drop is a deadly assassination technique commonly used by ninjas in which one lifts their opponent into the air, spirals them down towards their doom to break their skull and neck in the process. However, in fighting games, as we know, no one ever dies in one blow from an Izuna Drop with a full health bar, nor do they break any necks or any of that. Just imagine, once you see this move performed, you can't even hug your friends anymore because you fear they might grab you and do an Izuna Drop out of nowhere. And the impossible factor just makes it that much more brilliant. Hokuto Hyakuretsu Ken takes number 3 to the grave! Ryuko Rambu is one of the first super moves ever made, and yes, before Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And it combos its way onto my list as number 2. Signature to both Ryo Sakazaki and Robert Garcia, the two characters dash in towards their opponent and upon contact, start comboing a whole bunch of normal moves together before finishing off with an awesome technique. And after Art of Fighting, a whole bunch of SNK and characters that appeared on Neo Geo started getting Rambu supers. And if you think about it, the Neo Geo had so many fighting games, imagine just how many characters had Rambu supers. Probably even more than how many characters might have Hadoken references. And Rambu supers don't just have different variations just because of different characters, even the same characters can have a completely different look to their Rambu super, whether it's having a different finisher or just a completely new combo that goes into the finisher. And the main appeal of the Rambu super is just the way it's done, the timing of which each move chain into each other, and the freaking finishing touch at the end of the attack. It's just awesome. Just imagine in a martial arts match, someone wants to ruin your day, it's like bam 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 bam. In other words, if you want to do it at the same speed, the move's impossible to do. However, I'm sure this is how your dream fights turn out, don't they? Mine do.
By the gods, I've won! Tetsuzanko! Tetsuzanko is a technique that, if used within close range, has the power to reverse the course of the battle, even if the odds against the fighter are unwinnable.
Number 1 on my list is the Tetsuzanko. Akira Yuki is the first character to ever use the physics-defying Tetsuzanko. He is the first main character in the first 3D fighting game, Virtua Fighter, to ever have the Tetsuzanko as an iconic signature move. Many don't know the name, and it's pretty sad that they don't because they just refer to it as the shoulder charge, but it's really more of a back technique. Tetsuzanko means steel mountain back. Ko refers to the back as well as the back of the shoulder, thus probably around the shoulder blade area. However, looking at it this way, if we were to just stop, you'd see the point of impact is right on the back. Of course, as I've mentioned, there are many variations, thus the shoulder area, the back area, as long as they're turning their back towards their opponent and just giving that nice blow that sends them flying, it's a Tetsuzanko. Being sideways and hitting with your shoulder does not count. We have to see that setsi back. What I love about the Tetsuzanko is just how, fighting games make it seem so powerful, and not to mention, it uses the back, the one part that's never used in any fighting style except Hakyoku-ken, aka Baji Kwan. The Tetsuzanko in reference to Akira Yuki has been used by Bayonetta. Outside of video games in the manga and anime world, Bloodlad, Tenjo Tenge, and Gantz have included Tetsuzankos. Also, a cool YouTube user who goes by the name Nuts vs. Guts popularized the Tetsuzanko as kind of a Butsuzanko, I like to call it, because they do the Tetsuzanko but they throw the butt in there. Now remember, it's the Tetsuzanko. It's not shoulder charge, it's Tetsuzanko. Hey, did you like that top 10? Well, if you did, go ahead and suggest another down below in the comments section. Oh, and definitely leave your own top 10 down below, because I'd like to know what you're interested in, that's just me. 2 top 10s that are coming their way is top 10 25 jazz songs in video games, and maybe top 10 projectiles in fighting games. I should warn you that I don't have every video game in the world, so if you could, help me out a little by sending me videos of your own recorded footage or whatnot. Just make sure the quality is good, as in maybe 720 or 1080p, or then it's going to be kind of hard to see on the video and I can't really use it. Videos are beginning to take a lot of space on my computer, so I'm just trying to cut back a little now. With some of the Tetsuzanko footage I have, I can use that in the legendary Tetsuzanko video. However, I still feel I need a few more, so if you can help out with some Tetsuzankos as well, that would be beautiful. I still need to do my thank you 100 plus subscribers video. It's just I don't know what video footage to include with my speech. Any suggestions? Anyone? please.